moving on to Genesis 3, this is where the serpent approaches Eve. I'm going to paraphrase a lot of the quotations here. The serpent basically tells Eve, "Can't you eat from every tree?" And Eve responds, "The tree in the middle, we can't eat it or touch it, or we will die." And the serpent responds with, "You won't die, your eyes will be open, and you'll be more like God, knowing good and evil." So she took a look at it, and she saw that it was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and that it would make her wise like God. So she ate one, and she also gave one for Adam to eat. That's when they realized that they were both naked and needed to cover themselves, which they did with leaves. God approaches the garden, and they hide from God. By their actions, God already knew that they had eaten from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So Adam blames Eve, and Eve blames the serpent. God then curses the serpent by saying it'll crawl on its belly for the rest of its days, it'll eat dust, and also says that Eve's offspring will crush the serpent's head, and the serpent will strike its heel. This is what most people refer to as the prophecy of Jesus. Eve's consequence is that she will endure a very painful childbirth, and her husband will rule over her. Adam's consequence is that his ground is cursed. He will have to work really hard to survive, and he will return to dust when he dies. Adam names Eve Eve because she is the mother of all living, and God gives them clothes of animal skin. God also banishes them from Eden and places angels with swords at the entrance, known as cherubim. I might be mispronouncing that. Some takeaways from the chapter is that the serpent twisted God's words. He planted doubt in Eve. Another takeaway was when they both ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they had a sense of moral awareness, and at that expense, they lost their innocence. So they were able to understand shame, fear, and guilt. When God approached them about eating from the tree, they weren't able to take responsibility. They both blamed each other. So those actions show how sin can break your relationship with God in the way that they were hiding from God. They didn't want to speak to him. They didn't want to be seen by him. And it also shows how sin can break your relationship with others. Another last takeaway is that God is merciful. So he told them that if they ate or touched from that tree, that they would die. But they didn't die. There were consequences, but he also did clothe them in animal skin, showing that he still cares for them. He also hints at a Savior, Jesus.